There's so many times that you actually want to quit, where the odds are so much against you that you feel like you may want to stop, or pick a easier path or road. And can't stop, won't stop is something that I came up with in my music. I would drop these positive messages. It's my movement. No matter what, if you get knocked down 10 times, get up 11 and keep fighting and keep learning and embrace the good times, embrace the bad times. If I have breath in my body, I'm gonna keep on getting up. If I gotta crawl, it's just been the mission statement of my life, a symbol of adversity through other things that I've gone through in life, being a public figure. If we keep on and keep being persistent, the doors may get slammed on you. People may not pick up the phone, but don't stop.
Oh man, so it looks like the trial has come to an end officially, and the jury has rendered their verdict. And a lot of people believe that before it even got this close to the end, that the RICO charge probably wasn't going to stick, and it looks like it didn't stick. But for some reason, looks like some of the charges related to Cassie and Daphne, Jane Doe, were also looks like they were also dismissed. But it's kind of wild, man. Looks what you can do with money. You hear me? So, racketeering conspiracy, not guilty. You see it? Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, not guilty. That's the second count, right? Transportation for prostitution, though, guilty. So I guess there's some kind of loophole in the law system between sex trafficking and prostitution. But I digress, neither here nor there, right? Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, the second charge, not guilty. And the final charge, transportation for prostitution, guilty. And the two transportation for prostitution charges, they do represent Cassie's testimony and Daphne Joy's testimony, aka Jane Doe. And so the jury decided that they wanted to go ahead and convict Diddy on those two out of the five. So sentencing should come up. They have within the next 90 days, but we'll hear in the headlines when the official sentencing will take place. But as for right now, Diddy's defense is really fighting for bond. They want to get him out of incarceration, considering that he was not guilty, especially to the racketeering conspiracy. So they feel like him not being guilty on that doesn't make him risk to society, flight risk, etc. So they're trying to push on the bond hearing, and it looks like also Cassie has wrote a letter to the prosecution, um, just to kind of go over her concerns and her fears about Diddy actually being granted bond, and how she feels herself and some of the other witnesses and others that were subpoenaed to testify against him. They feel like their safety is at risk due to him and his, you know, tampering and things like that, coercion, witness tampering, the whole nine. So they're concerned about that, and just with that part alone, there is a push against him actually being granted bond. There's actually been letters from the prosecution side that have been sent to the courthouse to actually, express why they believe he should not be released on bond. And there has been rumors that there has been $1 million bond put up so far, but officially there hasn't been any statements made from the judicial system. And it's going to be interesting, man, because it just seems like a lot of people are starting to kind of connect the dots. And they're like, okay, so Diddy wasn't guilty of a lot of the major charges. How does it look for Cassie to walk away with 30 plus million out of the whole deal? And Diddy wasn't even officially convicted of majority of the, you know, the allegations. So that's kind of like been a concern out there. Even for a lot of YouTubers, man, you're gonna hear that they believe that Cassie is the villain. I can't call a side on this because I still believe there's a lot that the public hasn't been shown access to. So how do y'all feel, man? In the comments, let me know. Do y'all feel like Cassie was willful in this whole thing and she was the villain, or she was actually a victim in this whole ordeal?
I just spent 8 hours in a room with Diddy. This is my first time leaving the house in 3 months, and I'm at a federal courthouse in New York City. This is day 2 of jury selection for Diddy's trial, and it was, okay, listen, there's no video cameras allowed, there's nothing. It's not being live streamed, and there's only 3 rows of press that were allowed inside. Listen, the sketch artists are so good, but something about seeing him in person in the same room was so intense. He would turn around and make eye contact with like each members of the press and just like everyone in the courthouse. And the way that we can describe the way he looks, because there's no pictures allowed, so we don't really know, but the way he looks is, okay, we were having debates about this during lunch, but it's like, you know, koalas when they get fuzzy, like if it's really humid and they have like very fuzzy grayish white hair, he kind of is reminiscent to that. But let me tell you, the way he looks at every single person in that courtroom is the most intense thing ever. I feel like he's challenging people to break eye contact first. I almost peed myself. But I'm gonna go through all of the jury selection details in maybe another TikTok, maybe in a YouTube video. Follow Rotten Mango on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, YouTube. But starting Monday, once the actual trial starts, once the opening statements start, I'm gonna be in there every single day, and I'm going to give you all the details every single day.
Why do you feel that way?
So these are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20?
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free fucking shirt.
Stop. I could tell because
The lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt, and I'm like, I'm good.
so just $20, and if you need $20, all you have to do is wear a free puff shirt.
And just stand out here.
And you said no.
Yeah, I said no.
Did they say how many hours?
$20 an hour. And she told me she got paid like $60 yesterday for standing out there in 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.